New England's dominance against Buffalo has lasted since week 1 of the 2003 season. That was the first game that Lawyer Malloy came over to the Bills from the Patriots. And, of course, New England won the Super Bowl that year. Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horowitz and NFL.com's Pat Kirwan with you on the NFL Preview Show, breaking down the 0-2 Bills and the dominating 2-0 Patriots. And, Pat, this is a game where, on paper, looks like a mismatch, especially the Patriots offense against the Bills defense.
Yeah, and it's going to look like a mismatch on the field as well as it does on paper. There are too many weapons right now. And so here's Randy Moss. They've thrown 18 balls to Randy Moss in 2 games. He's caught 17 of them. He's dominating the NFL right now as a receiver. And the second you flinch and roll coverage over there, Wes Welker has come alive. And before you know it, the guys on the backside, Watson and Stallworth, they're going to start drilling some teams. And sooner or later, someone's going to play 4 deep, and you're going to see Lawrence Maroney have a big day. What's the point? Too many weapons for very good teams, and Buffalo is not a very good team.
Which is the complete opposite of what we said last year with the Patriots when we said they didn't have any weapons, especially when they got rid of Deion Branch. What is the extra dynamic here for New England?
Well, they were very aggressive in the offseason, and they brought players inside the system. I talked to Phil Villapiano today, an old Raider, who said, we used to bring in troubled players, and they wouldn't dare do anything but do it our way. And I said, boy, does that sound like what the Patriots have going right now? He goes, that's the key. Randy Moss didn't come here to tell people how to play football. He's out there trying to be the best Patriot he can be, and so now Buffalo is the next opponent in this deal.
And Buffalo's given up 445 yards a game through the first 2. On the other side, you got the Bills' offense, who scored a total of 17 points in just 2 games. Last year, we thought that J.P. Lossman took that step forward. Now, at least through the beginning, it looks like he's taken that step backward. I know you've talked to Dick Duran. Why?
We listened to Dick Duran today talk about, we don't make plays when we get opportunities. And granted, he's had hard games. But their offense was always based on Lee Evans and a vertical threat, and they got behind you, and they threw the ball often, and they were successful. He has 4 catches for 22 yards. That's not going to get it done. That guy needs to be catching balls at about 18 yards a catch. There was an interference call. There was a non-interference call, which Lee Evans lost his temper, which is not his style of play. And so you can sense the frustration there. But unless they feed him the football, there's really not much going on, because I don't think that the running game is going to threaten people enough to take 2 off Lee Evans.
Does that not remind you of Josh Reed from a couple years ago after a huge first season and then kind of just shrugged off?
Josh, to me, it does, but Josh is a different kind of player. This is a full-blown vertical threat guy that should be one of the highest yards per catch guys in the league when the season's over. He's not going to be at this rate.
Are they going to be able to do anything offensively in this game?
This is a great defense, and when you start thinking about what they can do, and I saw the kid from Baltimore last year, the guy, Adelius Thomas, take an interception back down the sideline at 275 pounds. It occurred to me they can do anything they want. And they don't even have Richard Seymour out there. They'll dominate this football team. They'll attack. When they'll get them into pass situations, they'll bring the pressure off the corners, and they're going to make it really, really hard on J.P. Lossman.
Well, let's see if the computer agrees with you. It's the AccuScore prediction, a computer test, all mathematical, no human element whatsoever. Plays the game 10,000 times, spits out 10,000 results, and here's what it came up with. And, Pat, you said it before we started this. That computer says it's the lock of the week. Patriots, 92% of the tests came out on top and in a dominating fashion. I know you think they're going to win the game in a big way, but we thought the same thing with Cleveland and Cincinnati last week.
I know, but once again, I cannot believe I'm doing this twice today already. I'm going to agree with the computer. I just think the weapons are there. And here's what I think's happened to the New England Patriots. They are a galvanized football team. As good as they are talent-wise, they're on a mission now. You saw it last week, the way they played for their coach and for themselves to make sure everyone understands, pictures or not, we're a great football team. That is not going to go away this whole year.
All right, the Bills haven't won in Foxborough since November of 2000. Doug Flutie was the starter then for the injured Rob Johnson. Yeah, he is. You can still go pick him up. The Bills and Pats kick it off at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. And for more on this game and the rest of Week 3, be sure to check out everything on the CBS Audience Network. For Pat Kirwan, I'm Jason Horowitz. Doug Flutie. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.